Welcome out, ladies and gentlemen, to this RGL Highlander Season 10 Invite Qualifiers matchup between Yeye and Never Knows Best. I'm Zagron, casting with Rogue tonight, and have Dolphin behind the camera as always. Rogue, how are you doing tonight?
What's up, Zag? I'm doing great, actually. It's good to see you. Good to be back here in the booth, and really looking forward to this game. Basically comes down to this, right? Whoever wins this will be deciding that final slot here in Invite for Season 10 of RGL Highlander. So I'm really excited to see who wants it more.
Yeah, and we do have a couple potential tiebreak scenarios. Keep in mind this is a four-team round robin, so each team is going to have three matches. Both these teams come in tonight 1-0, so getting that second win on the board is going to be crucial, especially with Yee already having a win against a very difficult team in Train Station, I believe they played yesterday. Or was that Never Knows Best?
Yeah, it was Never Knows Best versus Train Station yesterday.
Yeah, Never Knows Best got that win. And Train Station, they're not a bad team by any stretch in these invite qualifiers. So Never Knows Best looking good. If Never Knows Best can get the win against Yi tonight, then they'll have their final matchup against the pretty much weakest team that we've decided on, which is the Yeye Core Experience. And meanwhile, Yi winning this one gives them a really good chance to come in and get that last spot as well, that final win. So this match is probably the one that's going to end up deciding who gets the invite spot.
Yeah, if ye are the victors here, they will be playing Train Station later, but if NKB is greater than Train Station and Yee is greater than NKB, therefore Yee will probably beat Train Station as well, but I guess you never know. Stranger things have happened.
Yep, and we are looking to see how many of those strange things we can get tonight. We will be playing on Koth Asheville, normal regular season rules, so first team to 4 rounds will be victorious. And real quick, while we're waiting on the teams to get into the servers, we have a couple plugs announcements for you guys. First of all, if you're ever looking forward or you need to find some RGL demos, whether or not you want to try demo reviewing teams, finding references to learn from, or you just want to watch some good old TF2 in a demo format, check out engineer.tf for the STV archive for all the games that we have on RGL. Everything, you can find it there. Exclamation point demos in the chat for a direct link. It's also available on the RGL website under the demos archive, so check that out if you want.
Do you want to take some time? Maybe we'll run down these rosters, take a look who we're seeing tonight.
Yeah, we can run on the rosters real quick. On Yee, we're going to be having Dotwet on Scout, Nabla on Soldier, Pyrus on Pyro, FaZe Beast on Demoman. I'm probably going to abbreviate that name 3 separate times tonight. Witness on Heavy, Austin on Engineer, Soccer on Medic, Michael PC1 on Sniper, and Jay Yeezy on Spy.
On the side of NKB, we're looking at Nugget on Scout, Voosh Soldier, Kuki on Pyro, Mig on Demoman, Chalk Heavy, Yogurt on Engineer, Jer on Medic, Arbiter as Sniper, who I'm very excited to see after yesterday, and finally Craft Kitty rounding it out on Spy.
Yeah, and we've mentioned both these teams have a win so far, although Yee, coming into these invite qualifiers, are the team that was favorited overall to take the final invite spot. They have a lot of previous invite talent like Witness, Nabla, formerly known as Dath. Pyrus has played an invite as well. Michael PC1 and Sakura, I know, have been bordering on invite or playing in invite scrims for a while, so definitely a lot of experience on that team. That's why they're the favorites coming in. I do believe this is the first time we're seeing them on cast, though, so it's gonna be interesting to see how they stack up to their expectations.
Yeah, I'll put my hands right up and say I'm a huge Yee fangirl. I spent a lot of time working with this team last year, and I love the system that they have as a team. Of course, there's kind of a reason why, even after playing an invite last season, they're still here in the qualifiers. But number one, this is a very competitive season of invite that I'm so excited for. But number two, they have such a system after playing with each other for so long and kind of following, Sakura's leadership and doing these map reviews, demo reviews for a year with most of these players now, right? So I think, that's kind of why they're so favored. They have the invite experience. They have all this time together, the chemistry, right? So it's going to be interesting to see if maybe like strong players such as someone like Arbiter can turn the game around in favor of NKB.
Yeah, definitely strong players on NKB that also have some invite experience behind them, or at least they have played at the top level of Highlander for at least a little bit of time previously. Nugget on Scout has been scrimming around in Advanced Challenger, low invite for a while. I know that. Chalk as well. Chalk has played an invite, I'm sure rather. He definitely can bring a leading voice to that combo for NKB. I think I've seen Cookie a bit as well. So we'll have to see if he can stack up to Pyrus. Pyrus has been one of the gatekeeper pyros of the scene. coming into invite, you want to be better than Pyrus, but if Pyrus is better than you, it's just a part. Excuse me, I just had something to take care of real quick. Rogue, can you take over real quick?
Absolutely. Yeah, talking more on these players, maybe I'll even round it out by just giving a quick summary of the game last night, where the map was Product, where NKB played Train Station, and in the first half, it was even almost completely across the board, like almost the same damage. The snipers had the same kills and deaths, the demo men same damage, medics same deaths, everything equal. And then in the second half, Arbiter went something like 30-10 and completely rolled the game in favor of NKB. And NKB played just a little bit faster, Train playing a little bit scared, so they're definitely coming in hot, but you know what? Product a little bit better of a sniper map compared to Asheville here. So is Arbiter going to be able to keep up? Well, not keep up. Is Arbiter going to be able to kind of recreate this dominance that we saw from them yesterday? I sure hope so, because man, was it awesome. But I think something else I'm excited about is how Jared had given, I think, something like 24% of heals to the scout, like tied heals between scout and demo man for first on their team. And on Product, it was pretty good, but on Asheville, it's even better, right? If you're able to keep that scout under, as a unstoppable force on your team's roof while you're holding point, it's phenomenal. If you're in the middle of a fight and you just get the chariot on your scout, it's fantastic. If you don't have the point and your scout's able to just walk forward and, shoot 80 damage into 3 different people, that'll win you the push. So it'll be really interesting to see how NKB plays on Product compared to, plays on Asheville now compared to Product.
Yeah, sorry about that. I had someone come in my room. Had to get rid of that distraction for a bit, but yeah, there definitely is points on NKB that they can look for to contest E, to get some rounds, get some pressure forward. We are waiting for the final players to join in. We have 17 in server right now. Going to be looking to start this match as soon as possible. But for now, if you guys want to look to support RGL, you enjoy the content we do here, Highlander 6s, whatever, you enjoy the TF2 scene, we have a couple ways you can support us. First of all, the RGL merch store has new arrivals from last season for the 6s, Champions Witness Gaming, as well as new merch in general from all kinds of designs from our design team. They look fantastic. You can check out the store, ! merch in the chat if you want to check that out. Also, it is September, so all Twitch subs are 25% off if you want to directly support us as casters as well as the RGL production. Then you have that Twitch Prime, or if you have extra money to drop on subs, those are on sale this month, so any support would be greatly appreciated.
I'm thinking more about these teams and what kind of match I'm looking to see. This is what I've been looking forward to, is just seeing Yeye and like kind of getting keeping my finger on the pulse of invite. You know what I mean? Where when you're playing, you kind of know how your team works and how you match up against others, but just kind of seeing the dynamic of the ecosystem as a whole, right? That's where I'm excited to see this Yeye system, where just going player for player. Like, check out this flank, man. Like, Dotwet and Nabla Daffodil are really, really good. Michael PC1, so good. Arbiter is definitely smurfing a little bit here as well, but it's gonna be so powerful, I think, from the flank of Yeye, and their combo is just moving. People talk, sometimes we see some questionable decisions, right? Well, I think people have trouble finding the forest through the trees on that one, because even if stuff doesn't work out for Yeye, they're still going again. If it does work out, they're going deeper, right? So they never take their foot off the gas. And if anyone remembers my yelps from last night, just kind of screaming into the microphone, trying to will into existence that either team would move forward for once. I'm hoping to see a lot more of that from Yeye. A lot faster play, hotter play, getting in the face and getting things done rather than thinking about what to do.
Yeah, definitely. There's room for improvement on that side. If they can move forward, get the combo pressure aligned with the rest of our team, they definitely have what it takes to try and contest Yeye. Well, we're waiting on the last player coming into the server. It's going to be Arbiter needs to download the map. Apparently, that's step one to getting into invite here, is not winning the qualifiers, but to have all the maps downloaded. So once you're at that point, that said, I'm sure plenty of invite players have gotten their scrims or matches started and have not had the map. This is a newer version of Asheville, so it makes sense some people would be missing it. But once that gets done with, we'll be starting up this match for you guys. We're only 12 minutes late right now. Still got 3 before typical Highlander time.
Yeah, man, everyone is just such gentlemen these days, and no one really claims the forfeit. When I say these days, that's pretty
no
bad
one's really
sportsmanship and invite. But you know what?
For 15 minutes.
Yeah, no one will stop you. Yeah, that's much of a like lower division thing. Of course, it is in the rules that if a team takes longer than 15 minutes, you're able to claim a forfeit win. But that's no one likes to see a game like that. I'd rather lose it and play fair than get a win like that.
Now that you've brought that up, we're going to see a massive spike in the amount of reported forfeit wins in lower divisions this upcoming season. People just forgot about the rule. Highlander starts 20 minutes late average anyway. We can just wait for that one. But yeah, this will be a bit of a longer pregame talk. I know yesterday you had one of those as well where the teams took a long time to ready up. In comparison, the match I casted with Alto on, I believe it was Friday night, that one got started pretty quick in comparison. So these teams, I mean, let's be honest, if these teams want to be invite, getting ready for that 15 minutes after start time, that's probably in their best interest.
I'm trying to remember. It was so funny. Maybe it was Numlocked. There was some Sixes team in like old invite in ESEA like years ago, where they like at the end of the season they revealed that they like refused to ready up first, and for like the entire time they would wait for the enemy team. Like like just getting away with it the entire time. I even thought you were going to say that I like casters cursed us into having to wait even longer. Where like someone on their team has a stream of like, oh, Rogue doesn't mind waiting. Well then, I'll just make sure I stream everything in my entire house while I download this map just to make it take that much longer. Smell the roses, take a deep breath, enjoy this lovely Monday evening we have here.
It's just a game of chicken with readying up. You need to not be the one to ready up first, because then you get beaten. You need to show dominance, and then if the other team readies up, takes a screenshot, and reports you for the forfeit, you call them cringe.
Yeah, the pregame is powerful. Every what is the Sun Tzu like? Every battle is decided before the first shot is fired, right? Take grand finals in last season. Do you remember on MCM? 8 of the 9 players put on anime avatars, and then, suddenly one person says no, and suddenly MCM lost grand finals. So, coincidence?
Maybe, maybe not. I'm also hung up on the fact that he said Sun Tzu had a quote about the shot being fired. Not sure if guns were being mass-produced back in Sun Tzu's time. Maybe they were. I know. I mean, China didn't invent gunpowder. Maybe they had some secret weapons.
Wait, in that case, every battle is won before the first shot is fired until guns were invented.
Yeah, the first shot was never fired.
There was no first shot.
Wait, but that means the battles were lost even if they didn't shoot a shot. One team had to lose.
It's kind of a, analogy for life, huh?
I was going to point out in chat that it could refer to bows and arrows, which is completely true, and I totally blanked on that, so...
Imagine the first army bringing a gun, and the other guy's like, "What the hell is that?" What a rude awakening.
Brush up on that. I don't know. I need to look up after this. What was the first recorded case of guns being used in warfare? Because I feel like that'd be interesting to track. I don't actually know. I pride myself in general on history knowledge, but that's one of the things I have no clue about is warfare, warfare.
Yeah, we gotta.
Dolphin let me know that it's the 16th century, so sometime in the 1500s, the first gun was used to kill someone. He's giving me a precise time, 1515. What battle, Dolphin? The French and the Spanish over Italy. Interesting.
Wow, that seems pretty early. I'm amazed they figured out. I mean, I'm a modern man with computer access to infinite knowledge, and I don't really know how gunpowder works, so I'm amazed they figured it out.
Yeah, that was their jobs back then. Meanwhile, it's going to be our jobs right here to cast this match, as we do have the ready up in about 10 seconds for you guys. Appreciate you listening to our ramblings just to stall for time, as we do have the ready ups. Match can be starting 17 minutes late. Close enough. Let's get started here. Dolphin just corrected the fact that he gave me, so it was all wrong. I've been betrayed by a sea mammal. Anyway, we're rolling out here.
Classic.
We got Yeye on blue, NKB on red. Looks like FaZe Kirby's is taking a batch rollout with a MiG going onto the shutter. We see damage being traded out. Already Yeye is on the point. A lot of players going down early for Yeye, though. They're going to lose Pyro, Wet, and Witness. They have to go back. Craft Kitty gets piped out, but now it's just about sacking and trying to get the medic here, as we did see Sakura. Sakura was not charging Uber? Am I...
No, she died instantly at mid.
Yeah, okay. They're on the respawn, they finally got charging Uber. So yeah, NKB with a really clean mid there to take the first point.
Oh, that holy moly. Nice shot from Michael PC1 on the Arbiter, but holy moly from Yeye here. I mean, as soon as they lost Sakura, they're in. But Michael PC1 is
that
rattling
sack's
off
good.
these headshots. Damn.
Yeah, recontest from Yeye. Their daft bombs in, gets Jur and Mig. That's a lot of damage done by him, and they get more cleanup on the side of Michael PC1 with a 2k of his own. And the capture doesn't even go over to NKB here, so that recontest with the spawners is exactly what Yeye needed to take this first mid. Unless we see another recontest come out, but this time probably not. The spawners just come for NKB, and the point is just about capped.
Whoa, a big one from Yeye onto Jera here. That's going to give 100% advantage to Sakura, holding on Toxic. You know, I've done a lot of mentoring on this map. The more ramp you hold as medic, the worse of a job you're doing. So playing against the Sacks here, really well set up. I mean, that's the difference between these types of teams, Zag. Like, as soon as Yeye lost that mid, they were already in for their sack. When their sack was in, they were already pushing across point. No time wasted. They don't even let NKB get the sack on. No, NKB sends one person. After that, they send a second person. Now, their spy is starting to commit. You know, it's just so staggered, you know? This is... Oh, not child's play. I mean, I wouldn't... If I were a parent, I wouldn't want my child on this battlefield. But it's at least, you know, teenager play for Yeye here.
Yeah, on that sack, we saw Pyrus actually reflect both of Vush's rockets, got that soldier kill instantly. Demo Man landed, didn't get more than one sticky damage, and the spy actually couldn't get in because the medic was not on ramp, like he said. So, very good positioning there from the side of Yeye to keep their medic without that forced Uber. Another bomb over the top from Vush. He's going to get denied instantly as Chalk gets sniped by Michael PC1, though. Kirby's went down early, though, so Yeye going to be missing that Demo Man. It's about the recontest now for NKB as they do come up on Uber. Arbiter's out here on fans. A mini bomb in from Vush gets reflected again and taken down by Witness's minigun. But there are players on the point for NKB. They're doing a lot of pressure here. First Uber gets popped up by Yeye. It's a solo onto Witness. Pyro coming in a bit late, try to get some air blast. The counter is out for NKB. A lot later of an Uber. Going to be onto Mig. Tries to get damage on the heavy. Witness going to stand in tall and get that kill onto Mig. Pyro's going to go down on the other side from the other heavy. Michael PC is sniping down though on a 6k. Takes down Cookie. And the point is being held by Yeye.
Heavy Ubers are so sneaky because they're not good, but they're effective in the way that you make the other team flash so much. So Yeye kind of took too much damage, kind of didn't have space, but by soloing their heavy for the last half of that Uber, the rest of the team kites. Yeye makes them flash a ton of times, you know, Jared trying to just keep everyone alive, and then Yeye wins the post.
Yeah, another recontest coming from NKB off Uber. We see the players dropping off of bats. They took a lot of damage there. On the other side, they have managed to pick off Kirby's again. So that's a Demo Man advantage they're working with. They get healed up, they walk forward, and they take down Witness. Yeye have no combo classes left to contest this point. They're going to back off. We've seen Engineer and a Spy trying to sack for some kills. They do a lot of damage, but don't get any frags. But Jer going to go down to that sniper side on Michael PC1, hitting that shot. Body shot onto the enemy medic here. Sakura does have full Uber, and NKB can't cap. They're going to try and force here, but a good shot from Michael PC is going to deny Vush's bomb. Gets reflected into lower, and Yeye right now are hanging on to ramp with a solo Pyro. Here they're going to solo Pyro Uber to deny this point. Michael PC1 going to quick scope Mig on a 10k right now for the sniper of Yeye. This Uber's going to get joined up on by Kurbeast on his respawn, and that's going to be another really good hold from Yeye. They only have 15 seconds left to clean around it.
Jesus Christ. I mean, Yeye is doing everything right here, but they don't even need to on this 11 kill streak from Michael PC1. This is unbelievable, Zag.
Yeah, 12k now for Michael PC1. There's Craft Kitty coming in, finally getting a pick onto Sakura. I think that's Sakura's second death of the entire round, but the cleanup is going in Yee's favor. Two new players are alive, spreading the damage out equally, and that's going to be the flawless round for Yeye, despite the first death of the round being their medic.
This is everything I wanted and more, Zag. I'm so happy watching this team. I have a smile on my face if you can hear it, right? They're so fast. I mean, we lose our medic, doesn't matter, we're in. This thing goes right, awesome, we go farther. They just are knowing what they want to do and how they want to do it. NKB isn't even playing specifically wrong. I think maybe sometimes they're a little, like, questioning what to do, but let's see, maybe a little bit of shutting down the sniper.
Bomb from Daft. Nabla gets that kill onto Mig with the help of Kurbeast. Snipe, a headshot going over, but the only two casualties so far have been those explosive classes. Jur gonna go down though. Another shot from Michael PC1 taking down the enemy medic, and Arbiter goes down to Jay-Z's Enforcer. No Sniper and Force, but does Nugget in the backline actually gonna take down Sakura. So they trade the enemy medics. Both teams have about 5 players alive as Pyrus gets butter knifed down by Crap Kitty, and all this chaos unfolds, and in the end, NKB have the numbers advantage. They're gonna be able to walk out onto point with their respawn Demo Man, hopefully get some stickies and get their first capture of the match.
But Michael PC1 goes down and they get their first cap. That's, you know, I would have guessed the very same. But that was really sick from Nugget, though, getting, like, just walking over the roof and a 2-shot at Sakura. I mean, those two players are really opening it up for NKB here.
Sniper's out of position. Arbiter gonna get stabbed for free by Yeye, and the bomb over the top. Nabla and Yeye have tons of pressure on the back line. Meanwhile, on the front, Chalk gonna drop to dot wet, and there's a lot of damage going forward. Nutcake gets shot as well. Yeye's the only casualty so far. They actually did lose Kirby's, but he's been dead most of the game, and it hasn't really mattered. They're gonna get this recapture. They got Sakura on the, or they got Jur on the back line as well. Nabla on that big flank, gonna find the 2K. So definitely tons of work being done there by the flank and pick classes of Yeye.
Yeah, man, it could be they were dealing with that sack and they're like, hey, we did it. And then they turned around and suddenly there were 6 other Yeye players that were committed and in. Even with their medic on this side, they're still in. You know, they're pressuring from all the doors at the same time. You know, look at this forward hold, too. We have a lot of players on roof getting the beam. We have our heavy and demo stopping them from
That's not going to do much.
When you see the sack coming from so far, the sack is like a quarter as effective. And yeah, look at this extra deep Uber. I mean, this is a bit ill-advised. Like, you pretty much want to guarantee that you get the medic. However, you know, if you're going to be spending this time anyway, we may as well forward hold a little bit.
Yeah, we'll call it a limit test play. You go forward, Uber on bats. Ubering onto the opponent's bats with Shutter is not an unusual play. It's just you want to try and catch that medic, like you said. And there they had Jer all the way back in spawn. I'm pretty sure the spy knew that as well. So kind of ill-advised, but kind of really doesn't matter that much. Bush actually picks Michael PC1 on the back out, though. So that's a pretty big pick. Now on a 15-second respawn time from him and Witness. Now we see the rest of NKB trying to run forward. They do get an Uber onto Nuck, and he's going to try and chase down who he can. Gets Kirby's trying to get the one last shot on Sakura. Sakura going for 1 HP, going to get helped by his team. Austin going to get that cleanup kill, and Sakura manages to stay alive, keep that 65% Uber.
Yeah, nice from NKB, just like very calm and collected of like, we're going to walk forward. We see the medic committed, we're going to use. Now, a bit of a difference in these holds though, right? Look how passive they are on the ramp. Their medic is playing on the ramp far back. Nobody's on the roof, right? So they're just kind of letting Yeye walk in from wherever Yeye wants to walk. Yeye does have this ad, but the thing is, if you're NKB, you can't let them do what they want with the ad, right? The bomb comes in, the Uber is shut off. Dot wet does go down to Arbiter, so Arbiter picking out a major player in this Uber, but such damage coming from Pyrus and Kura on ramp.
Yeah, in the end, though, it is a 3-for-3 trade, and Jur is out with 75%, so not the worst for NKB. Time is actually even, and they're going to have the Uber out on the repush, so the round's actually not looking too bad for NKB at all. They just need to get their spawners up, heal them up, and try and go for this push once Jer gets his last 10%.
Honestly, the play might even have been to, like, bait the point and feed for medic, you know, use your better spawns while you still have them. But at the same time, NKB is just kind of wasting their time. You know, in Highlander, if you don't have the point, you want to be, like, holding right-click by the time you're at 95%. Now it's been already 11 seconds, 12 seconds.
That is awful. Look at the... Okay, that is the worst. That is the worst play I've seen. That is the worst play I've seen in these qualifiers. You drop down with your medic and heavy. Your heavy gets shot on the box. You drop your heavy, pop Uber, then you just run underneath your bats. That entire Uber is wasted for NKB. They got absolutely nothing. It's at insult to injury. Jer dies to a sticky trap off the bats recontest. Oh, there was zero communication there going on.
Oh god, yeah, that reads some kind of like panic, right? I mean, even now some of the NKB players are just throwing themselves in. NKB even had like a winning post fight before Sakura got Uber, but they're just so thrown by everyone just arguing and screaming. You could tell from the body language, you know?
Yeah, Chalk on these crates once again does end up picking Kirby's, so that's a pretty big pick again, but Yeye hasn't needed their downman so far, and they're going to get forced in the back lines, so that sack play was good. They're going to run forward with the Pyro Scout Uber. They do clean up Chalk, Craft Kitty dies in the back, but we will be resetting onto this point. It's a big time lead now, only 20 seconds left for Yeye. NKB, they are going to have spawn advantage here as the attacking team. They'll have to walk out and try to get this capture.
Yeah, great from Bush. They needed to just throw everything, you know, at the wall and see what sticks. So NKB has such little time now, but look, Yeye just shoving up farther and farther. Like Witness is kind of getting rolled. Current's, how much can they really do? Ooh, Austin in on the medic gets the drop on the Jer. Oh, the current glow stick
don't get the
there.
Point.
That's gonna be
round was looking pretty close, pretty winnable for NKB until they just did the worst Uber I think I've seen in years. I can't get over that. They dropped down off of bats with just their medic and heavy. No one to support them. Their heavy took a 1v1 with overheal on the crates, lost it, they forced Uber, and then instead of anyone coming to the point, they just all ran backwards to bats. That was awful.
I swear I've said it like 1,000 times. I'm like a broken record where I tell a team like, hey, you're making a huge mistake by not using this Uber, but you're just not playing good enough opponents for them to punish you. Finally, welcome to basically invite now, right? So Yee's like, hey, they're holding their Uber forever and telegraphing the fuck out of it. All right, let's just go meet them, force them out in the middle of nowhere, keep our roof pressure, just walk at the heavy and get them dropped. So yeah, they did everything right and won the round very easily after.
Yeah, after that gaff, there was no recap by NKB. To their credit, they did actually cap the point. They won the mid. They did show promise. The round was close until it wasn't. You know, the old saying goes. So they do have things they can build upon. When they were making plays and able to keep their medic alive, they actually had a lot of pressure. They were able to output a lot of forward pressure onto Yi, and they just need to build upon that. Make sure you position your players correctly. Your sniper isn't dying for no reason. Your medic isn't getting killed by a Daf Nabla on cooldown. We did see Cookie actually reflect Daf a lot, but there's only so much you can do when people just spontaneously combust. The first step to actually being an invite team is knowing how to position your combo to play like in accordance to how the other team wants to play against you. Where you mentioned if the other team is taking too long to pop their Uber, they move forward onto the point, they get the force, and even if like disaster doesn't strike for NKB there, they still force NKB to do a really bad Uber. And then the soccer can just get out, recharge, and they're in a good position to keep playing the round. So they're definitely playing like an invite team. Never knows best. We've seen that they can. They just need to be able to do it consistently.
I'm eyeing the logs here, and don't say I didn't warn you, but the three players I named just before stream, Michael PC1, Dot Wet, Nabla, Daffodil on Soldier, the flank players and Sniper on Yeye are untouchable here. I mean, Michael PC1 with a KD of 4, being 16 and 4. I mean, Dot Wet second frag, Nabla third frag. If you remember, I mentioned how much healing Nugget gets from Jer. The thing is, yeah, Nugget, again, got top healed on their entire team, more than the demo, more than the heavy. They got more than double their Pyro's heals, but the Pyros still outfragged them. I mean, it was a losing game, so it's hard to get in a scout, and I get it, but I don't know. I mean, Arbiter actually only got 6% heals, and you have to kill Michael PC1, right? So if you're Never Knows Best, you got to be getting into that sniper, and the best way to do that is have your own sniper do it, right? To coordinate with your spy, do something like that. So yeah, just eyeing these logs real quick. Of course, it is a bit of a roll, but you can see Michael PC1, Dot Wet, Daffodil, the ones really bringing the roll. They're the fuel of the engine.
Yeah, those stats don't look too good for NKB. On the other side, all their Highlander classes popping off. Even Kirby's, who died 6 times at like a lot of bad times, he still output 500 DPM, which is pretty good. Like, he had a good game overall. It's just he was dying a lot when he didn't need to. On the other side, if your Pyro's top fragging your team on Koth, it's going to be hard to actually make space consistently because you need your scout, you need your demo to be able to make space on their Ubers. We didn't really ever get to see NKB have a clean scout demo Uber. Most of the success they had in that second round came from people and ended up like winning a chaotic fight like on mid where Nugget could get into the back line. He just shot people and took down the medic, or when people are just able to kill whatever's in front of them. But if you're not able to make space with your traditional Highlander combo, it's just going to be a lot harder to play the game against invite teams who do.
Yeah, and you know me as a medic player, I got my eyes on the medics here, and that's one of my favorite parts to get about this EE team, right? Like, Sakura had deaths at bad times. I mean, she died on the first mid right away, but it doesn't matter. The team knew exactly what to do, and they were even able to win the mid they lost, right? They were so fast, they wouldn't even let NKB get the cap off, even though they lost their medic right away, and then they lost everyone else, and they still get into the mid. You know, then maybe she's, like, dying on the, what was it? Off Ubers, even, like, in post or something, but then the team already knows how to handle it. Or using these Ubers that don't need to be used, doesn't matter. We're still so in. We're still so fast. We have these contingencies of, like, if this doesn't work out, here's what we're going to do next. Meanwhile, you can kind of feel, right, like NKB is sort of figuring it out. Like, hey, how do we want to start taking the point? But Yeye already knows what they want to do.
Yeah, we'll have to see if NKB are able to kind of put the pieces together, try to consistently play at the level they did at the start of that second round. Make sure they try to avoid any disasters that happen, like that, like the one that ended their chance in the second round. So we are ready up here into the second half. 2-0 for Yeye. It's a 4-round score to win it. Now Nabla going to do a bomb onto point. Doesn't get much. Bombs out immediately as Demomen are now trading over Mig taking a lot of damage, has to back up, and Yeye are going to take that advantage to walk forward. Mig is caught out, that pipe doing a lot of work, and he will go down. Voosh is well dying, but in the backlines, Witness is going to die. Sakura as well getting stabbed by Craft Kitty. Craft Kitty doubling up onto Kirby, so the pick classes and flank of NKB were actually the benefit there. They did tons of work. They keep their medic alive, and it's everyone that matters right now still alive for NKB, and they're going to get this capture.
Yeah, it's just like you said, those pick classes and the flank from NKB, right? NKB like kind of baited the point almost. Yeye was so in, which is great to see, but NKB stayed alive, and then on the collapse with their flank, it was almost 3, 2, 1, now we fight, and Yeye is too pinched to be able to win.
Yeah, and they even got the kill onto Mig early, so no Devilman, didn't matter. They just got collapsed in on. That was good positioning from NKB. If they're able to keep doing that, then they do have a chance in these rounds. Bomb gonna be over, trying to force Jer. 2 rockets from Nabla. Clean gonna take down Jer and drop that Uber. Amazing job from the soldier of Yeye. Now they're trying to get onto point with all the kills they've gotten. That Sat ended up turning into their main push. They're gonna get 7, make it 8, Nugget the only survivor. And that immediately turned the tides of the round. They're going to get their spawns as well before they capture this, waiting for Michael PC. So, going to lose about 5 seconds, but having that sniper up 5 seconds earlier is definitely going to matter.
Yeah, I like that sack where Nabla just got the 2 shots from the rocket right away, and then just after, Kura and Austin bombed, like, wait, there's nothing for us to do here. So, yeah, nice delay in the capture from Yeye. Oh, they're so aggro, Zag. Look at them flying through Shutter.
Yeah, they're going to run up to the bats again. Voosh doesn't get his sync, ends up dying on the way down, and the Uber gets taken into the opponent's spawn. We saw this in the first half, didn't really get anything valuable. Happened again, they didn't catch up that medic. Oh, Heavy's in the backline too, and Chalk gonna end up taking down Sakura, so that flank Heavy coming in big.
Alright, for all of our other division players watching this, do Shutter Ubers all the time, because they're great. But the way to do it is your spy is behind their medic and says, use the Uber aggressive, and you pinch the medic. By taking these Ubers in and finding nothing, this is how it falls apart, right? Like, you don't really clear everything out. Now NKB, Jera has full ad. I mean, now we're trying to get something done. Austin and Kura just walking forward in a straight line. They get the force, fantastic out of them, and a good salvage after that questionable Uber.
Yeah, they salvaged the force out of Jer. That said, he did pop that Uber, didn't drop it this time, and they kept their players alive. They're going to get this recapture in just a second here once they get their players healed up, and the recapture coming in means they're going to be able to even up this time disadvantage, and they're only at about a 15% Uber disad, so if they do some building, they build well enough, they really won't be hurting at all from that force.
Yeah, I'm looking for the commit. It seems like they're maybe waiting for some of their players to get in. Yeah, Jay-Z Witness working under, Soldier working under. Yeye dropping off bats now, but 3, 2, 1. Yep, the players are peeking out, and NKB is kind of corralled here on ramp. We need to start edging the point.
Yeah, we're gonna have Yeye gonna get onto the point, get that at timing, and NKB and don't like that at all. They're gonna just back out of it, get that Uber. They ended up actually building better than Yeye and Sakura, so gonna have that one up at about the same time. They're gonna be able to recontest here. They're at about a 15-second time lead, but they're just gonna go for the bats repush here. That's
yeah, Uber comes right out. Yeah, I mean, it's better than dropping people, but look at this, as Nugget is beyond beam range. And somehow NKB, while the Uber is happening, drops another 2 players on top of Nugget. So that's 3 down. We're post Uber here. Yeye has all the space. They have the high ground. They have pressure on the doorways. I mean, there's what happened in that Uber? Nothing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure what happened at the start of that Uber was Jay-Z actually got the backstab onto Arbiter, and Jur was just scared of him stabbing anyone else, so he just popped to try and save the players ahead of him. They figured it was close to the edge anyway, but they just didn't get enough space on the Uber as a result, so all the way stuck now on bats is NKB. Their push was unsuccessful. Now they're going to be at a 30-second disadvantage. Gonna have to rebuild here as Jur. He died to Nabla in post there, so he hasn't even started charging yet.
Thankfully, my heart can rest a little bit easier now that both snipers are at the bottom of the scoreboard for both teams. And now Chalk walking right at Witness was not ready for that one. And yeah, he's not really able to hold this, but their flank commits. And now Jer is on 2 HP. He goes down. Sakura does take the free Uber and go for the force. I think you want to clear out ramp here instead, but you know what? They're able to hold this even longer while AKB waits for respawns.
Yeah, that engineer spy closing on that one, so that Uber was just used as a free Uber in retaliation to the death by Jur. So right now Yeye gonna set up once again. Jay-Z's the only down player, gonna be able to get everyone else buffed up for this defense. Only 15 seconds left before they take the 3-0 lead.
This push again has to already have come in. You know, now Yeye is even more buffed. Now they have a dispenser. Now they have people on roof. You know, NKB just waited for Yeye to get set up and then started pushing. That's the kind of thing that gives me question marks, and that's the kind of thing deciding who's getting into invite and who's not, Zag.
Yeah, Witness there hitting the flank from underneath, taking down 2, and then even though Sakura died to, I think it was a backstab in the end, doesn't matter. That round just died as soon as it got started. So 3-0 lead for Yeye here on Asheville. One more, and they take the clean 4-0, get their second win on the board. NKB, they look like they do have the ability to contest at a base level. Their mids show that, but they're just getting completely out macroed in the other time.
Yeah, it's all about the objective, right? You look at the clock and you're like, wow, they're getting so outclassed by Yee, even when NKB gets openings. Speaking of openings, we have a quick around the world bomb from Nabla. First pick of the round goes from Arbiter on to Witness. Craftkid grabbing Michael PC1, that's going to be a big pick to let you to stay in this mid. As both teams are kind of healing up and corralling themselves, Yee inches ever forward as Voosh comes flying in, grabs the heavy but not the medic.
Yeah, that said, Austin also goes down, so it's pretty even numbers on this midpoint so far. Spawner's going to be reinforcing these teams on both sides, but Nabla flanking from Shutter going to take out Chalk. That's a big one. They're going to walk forward with that heavy pick, and Kura Beast hitting a 3K onto Nugget, Jur, and Cookie. Big explosive damage from the explosive classes of Yee. Going to clean up that mid fight and take it. That one took a while, but they secured that one all the same.
I like that the flank, even the demo, everyone working forward, like, Kuro might die to sniper here, but this is still a peak that's fun to take, right? And it shakes things up, so I like activity over anything else. They feel like maybe overstayed their welcome now that they got calls where the team is coming from, so that's a bit of a throw. But look at this! He goes and takes an Uber they have no reason to take, but they say, we're going to just lose if we let them walk into me. I'm going to force anyway. So let's force on our turf. Now watch where these post-Ubers are, Zag. Look at the map control. They're all over the enemy bats. By the time NKB wants to start pushing, they're going to have to first push on their own bats and then start pushing on to the point. Like, look at how much time. Yeah, go ahead, drop your medic, drop your demo. You bought so much time on the clock, and now you're about to get better spawns when they cap.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the plan there is to lose your medic in the end. It's again like the Shutter to Bats push. It can work. It can do good work. They just got caught on their back up there. A good flank from NKB came up through the Shutter ramp area. They came up the stairs and just shredded the combo. Here's a sack in to try and get anything done. They killed Jer. Yeye with that Enforcer doing damage from Bats. Gonna pick off the enemy medic. Jer being the only player dead on his team means that the cap they have to stall the cap for Jer. They're gonna get Jer spawned up and recapture, but no one's there to heal, so Jer's gonna be at a big disad here.
I still can't believe it. By the time Yee lost their flank, and just now that NKB is capping, that was something like 45 seconds almost? Yeah, I think 40. So they bought almost an entire Uber building worth of time on the clock just by going and taking that exchange. Still dying for it, but now look, our spawns are so much better, and we're already sacking.
Yeah, we're gonna try to get some damage done. Then Nabla going ham again, taking down Yogurt and Arbiter in the backlines is still a menace. Voosh and Nugget are gonna go down on the front side, and there's more damage. A 4K, 5K from Nabla, and he's not even close to dead. Nabla with another 5K on his rollout. He's dominating the server. He has 32 kills or 32 points right now.
That's so insane. I don't know how Dav was able to just chill at the top of the ramp and just keep firing these one rocket. I mean, it feels like NKB is ready for it, but then when you see the sack coming, it just everything stops working. Jays with a nice pick there onto mid.
Yeah, it just feels like NKB don't actually know how to stop all the pressure from all angles that is coming from an invite level team. They just keep getting killed by one thing or another. If it's not Nabla, it's Sniper, it's the Demo Man. They're just getting collapsed on and they have no idea how to respond in general. They're going to try and work out here. We do have a pause coming in. Never mind, just some server lag. As another Uber from Shutter going to come out to Bats.
See, this one I kind of like when you're this up on the clock, you just get disruptive. Like this time, they weren't trying to get the medic, but this activity is kind of fun. Yeah, they can't let it happen twice, okay. Maybe if I was on Tomislav, that would have gone better.
Maybe that's silent threat, but he does go down this time. Nugget gonna die as well late. So another good hold, or another good push from Yee, gonna give them space. They haven't gotten the medic on any of these, but getting the space and the time is useful nonetheless. Now we see Jura up on 100% Uber. NKB need to walk forward, but look in the back lines actually. Voosh and Yogurt gonna combine for 3 kills. Soccer going down as well. So that's an immediate back out coming in from Yee. They're probably gonna try and force Jur here. If NKB they need this Uber to stay. They need to cap this without popping here because there are 2 minutes in the hole. Okay.
Yeah. Oh my god, a massive drop from Kuran to Jur.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. He kind of just stood on the pipe and exploded as his heavy died. So yeah, that Uber gonna go to waste from NKB. They don't get the capture either. Spawners are back for Yee. They're holding this point. They're not gonna have enough time to get their spawners up on NKB. So taunting on the point right now is .wet. Yogurt's the only one who can make it. Never mind, Spy and Scout can do it. They get one, not gonna get the other, and that will be the 4-0 coming in for Yee.
Damn. What a one-sided affair. I mean, this is what we're looking for, right, Zach? This is why we have these qualifiers. We're looking which one of these teams is invite ready, and to me, Yeye is the clear qualifiers in terms of that qualification quality.
Yeah, and with that win, they're now 2-0 in these qualifiers with one match to go. Unless some weird tiebreak scenario happens with them getting upset in their final match, we're going to be seeing Yi as our final invite team for the upcoming season. We don't want to call anything for sure because, of course, anything could happen. But if I was a betting man, I would put my money on Yi to just be the easy lock for that last invite spot.
Yeah, I mean, it was again. I wouldn't be too hard on yourselves if you're NKB. Like again, they did play like reasonably well. I don't think anyone was really game losing. I don't think they made like obviously a couple of those Ubers were pretty massive mistakes. But it's like when your entire team telegraphs an Uber for 10 or 12 seconds before actually doing it, there's no way even the best players couldn't make an Uber like that work. So I think they could still be proud of how they played here, and I enjoyed watching this game, even though it was a 4-0.
Yeah, and we have the stats up on the screen. I'm gonna check right now. Nabla, 19 kills, 423 DPM. Beast having a much better game, 17 and 9 on the dome and top fragging besides Nabla, those two at the top of the scoreboard. So definitely tons of benefits, tons of good things coming in for Yi. All the Highlander classes popping off. Their medic dying half the times as Jurabao. So they just look like the stronger team overall. Like you said, it's hard to be too hard on NKB for their performance, but it just looks like in terms of being a total invite ready team, they're just outclassed by Yi, which is understandable. They are the favorites for a reason. But other than that, that's kind of we have an expected result.
Yeah, fair play to both teams, and yeah, this is the game this is the game we expected, but you also never really know what's going to happen. So I'm definitely happy with this result, even though this is what we kind of predicted, I guess.
Yep, and that's really all we have for this match. The teams will and just be scrimming, from what I understood, until the next match comes in. One of them just getting some pregame practice, and for that, I'm not sure who's going to be casting that one, but I'm sure Dolphin said Watterson. Yeah, we have Watterson going to be casting that one. So if you guys are interested, you can check out his stream if you want to see that other invite match going down tonight. But that's going to be it for us right now. So, Rogue, got any shoutouts to give here?
Well, let's see. I got a shout out to Dolphin as always. Shout out to the RGL merch. You'll see me on the pink flowers. So my favorite RGL merch is the one with the pink flowers on the very nice scatter gun. You even get to choose the color of the shirts. I really like the merch. And we also got a shout out to September. Get a discount on your subscription to RGLgg on twitch.tv. Please support the cast. This is a lot of fun for me, and I hope you enjoy them too.
Yep, and check out engineer.tf for all your demos need. You can do exclamation point demos in the chat if you want to go find any of those invite archives from Highlander or Sixes. We got everything you could need. You want to just watch some TF2, get some practice in, do some reviewing. It's all there on engineer.tf. But other than that, that's going to be all for us tonight. Thank you all for coming out to watch this match. I am Zagron, joined by Rogue and Dolphin behind the camera. As always, thank you all for coming out, and we'll see you next time.